And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We here with PRL round two, Imola. This evening, I'm going to be Tater, Brian, PRL. Can't wait to see what these guys can do. So let's see who gets out on track first. Let's try and get that time set. This evening, I'm also joined by Franco. He should be coming into the commentary box any second. So first, we've got one of the Williams out. I'm guessing the name is Belente. I'm not too used to the names yet. We also have the Alfa Romeo of Sassy Allen out. And the Ferrari of Odd Jim. Oh, we have... Have we had an incident already? That's what it certainly looked like. Mr. Indy has lost his front wing. Not too sure what's happened there. But he is back in the pits currently.
Evening, Sin.
Good evening. Good evening, Franco. How we doing?
Very good. I join as
Fantastic.
first thing I see is the incident. Front wing damage.
Yeah. Front wing damage straight away. And, you know, that was just coming out the pits.
Bodes well for the race.
Well, we could possibly say that again. So we're just currently with ARC Mikey? I was told the difference, but I can't remember. So let's go on board for his first run. Nice and smooth through the chicanes there. Oh, we did have a Sector 3 yellow there. Looked like one of the Mercedes. Unless they're just on a cooldown, maybe? Let's have a look. See if we can... And it's good old PRL Trev. Must be out of fuel, bless him. Gotta watch them the fuels. Back on board. Oh, wow. What on earth was that?
Big collision.
Bear with us one moment. We are going to go to a quick break. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. Welcome back to the PRL round 2 at Imola. Tonight, you've got myself, Sinister, and with me in the commentary box, we have Franco.
Pleasure.
Franco, this is your first time commentating alongside with myself. What's your predictions for this race?
We may see some hesitant overtaking, especially for people fighting for podium positions or points positions. The last thing they want is any damage to the car, unnecessary pit stops, etc. We might see some good overtakes, but I won't be surprised if there is a bit of hesitation.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you there. Imola, very tight track, some very technical corners. Getting them overtakes is going to be difficult. So we're just going to ride on board with Sassy Allen. Just on his outlap at the moment, as most of the grid currently is. Now, there's one guy I am going to be keeping an eye on, because I did hear some pretty good things, and that is TTM Kenyon in the Red Bull. You know, before I joined this league, I had a few 5-lap races with the guys, and it was mainly with Cedric, the other Red Bull driver, Trev, the Mercedes driver, and Ulster, who's in the Aston Martin. And they said that Kenyon was definitely one to keep eyes on, so we'll be looking quite closely at him. Now we've got Sassy Allen out on his first flying lap. Let's see what kind of performance he can put in now. Oh, invalidation. Quite unfortunate there.
Track limits, I believe.
Yeah. Let's jump on board with Mikey. Let's see what happens. Or Mickey. I can't remember. They did tell us it's gone.
7 cars on their flying laps at the moment.
Yep. Quite interested with the Williams though. Ooh. We have a Haas with a yellow flag. Oh, he was just letting the faster cars past, I think. Yeah, he was letting the faster cars through. I believe Mikey is going to be first across the line with a 1:15. Not too bad of a time. Let's have a look. We have Mickey or Mikey. I think it's Mickey. Going to be coming across the line. Oh, little Daz from Ferrari with a 1:15.1 puts him on pole. Not too bad of a time. As we move on to Belent in the other Williams. It was quite a slow exit out of that corner there. Is the car having technical issues, or has he just aborted that? What do we think? Ah, it was a track invalidation. That would be why. Swayze Kai looks like he had a purple sector 2. Sorry. Correction. I was wrong. Purple sector 1. Coming around through 17. A little bit wobbly. 18. Perfectly using all of the track there. Coming around the final. Just puts him in P9. Alright, let's move down the grid a bit more. We've got TTM LMB 17 coming through 18. Again, you'll notice most of the drivers using the full exit on 18 there with a 115.1. Wow. Now that's a lap.
Very close.
Was 600ths of a second.
Could take something special to beat that off pole.
Yeah,
Into the
exactly.
114s perhaps.
Now let's have a look at Cedric coming around through 18. Not using as much exit curb there as we've seen the rest of the guys using. As it looks like Bloody Rowden has just tapped the wall. Couldn't get me word out there. I think Bebs is just waiting for a nice empty run at the track. We have had the retirement of PRL Trev. That's due to some ongoing issues he has had recently. But he will be racing. Let's stay on board for Bebs. See what he can do. So, in terms of strategy, Franco, what do you think the teams are going to be using?
I would expect most of them will be in for a one-stop. Probably soft or mediums tyres to begin the race. Apart from the guys at the back may go for the hards. Guys at the front more than likely switch for the hard tyres and try and get to the end of the race.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Certainly if I was running in this race and somehow at the back, I would definitely want to run the hard tyres, try and get the overcut. Ooh, bit tail happy coming out that chicane for Bebs.
Unless, of course, we get a safety car during the race, which you never know.
Exactly, and they are always a game changer. Ooh, 114.8 for TTM Dodos. Now that is a hell of a lap.
I did say it takes something special, and he just produced it.
Oh yeah, that is some difference in timing right there. Wow. As you can see, the Ferrari of Little Daz. I think he's going to try and get a nice little slipstream from Dodo's. Nope. He's moved out of the way. Let's have a look what Little Daz is going to do.
Currently in P3.
Yeah, thing is, can he improve? The view of the Ferrari coming over the hill there. Wow.
It is the classic F1 car. When you think of F1, a lot of the times you think of Ferrari.
Exactly. I mean, they've been one of the longest running teams. So, it's definitely an icon of F1. TTM LMB 17 has retired. Now, I'm wondering if that's of his own accord or... Ooh, bit of a shaky car there. right on board for the final turn. He's going to come across the line. DRS wide open. Did not improve. It's unfortunate.
Another retirement. Mr. Indy has retired on a 117.4.
Well, again, do we think that's, you know,
That's three
intentional?
retirements so far.
Or do we think it's intentional? Do we think they just want to save the car? Ah, here we go. TTM Kenyon, the guy I was told to keep my eyes on. Well, not right on board quite yet. We'll just let him get his outlap. Yep, Cedric, you're completely right. The timings are phenomenal. It's going to be difficult to get up there with TTM Dodo's mind. It does look like it's going to be difficult. Yep, I completely agree. That is one of the best lap times I have seen around Imola. So currently, only 2 cars out on track. Let's go on board with Cycling Will. Oh, he's track invalidation. It's very unfortunate.
Little Daz also retired, currently in P3, so he won't improve on that.
Let's hope nobody else improves there. So we are now riding on board with TTM Kenyon. Like I say, I heard good things about him. So let's see what kind of timings he does. Looks like his teammate PRL Cedric is behind him as well. Hopefully going to give each other enough space here not to interrupt each other's qualifying run. He's improving. He is improving. However, will it be fast enough?
0.4 seconds quicker than his previous fastest lap.
Is it going to be enough? It's enough to move him to P5. Nice little run there. And like I said, we have currently got Cedric out. Let's have a quick onboard with his flyer. Probably could have used a bit more exit on the chicane there. Still had quite a bit of room. Ooh, very slow through that chicane. Could Kenyon be using Cedric for a slipstream? As we go through 17. Slow again. And 18, yeah. So I'm thinking he's giving Kenyon a bit of a slipstream. Oh no, Cedric's into the pits. Sorry, not Cedric. as we see Sassy Allen retiring from the qualifying as well. As we see Matt and Bebs go past. Let's have a quick look with Matt. Now, even with these qualifying times, it is going to be quite difficult to tell who is going to win this race, because anything can happen in Formula One. As TTM Kenyon has now retired.
TTM Dodo's still at the top, 114.8. See if I can change in these next few minutes.
Now we've got 1 minute 41, and most of the teams are still in the pit. DRS opening nice and wide. Is he going to improve on this lap? That is the question. Nope. He has aborted the lap by the looks of it. I have just seen somebody flying past. Ooh, it looks like Will has just had the fastest sector 2. Can he continue this through 3? Coming out of 18, using all of that exit curb, it invalidates the lap. That would have
Very
been
unlucky
116.5. Would have potentially moved him up to P13. Very unfortunate for Cycling Will.
It looks like it's going to be Dodos on pole.
Yep, that's certainly what it's looking like so far. Very, very good qualifying session. Absolutely fantastic. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick break, and then we're going to move on. So, speak to you in a moment. So as we can see from the times, we have TTM Dodo, TTM LMB 17 and Little Daz starting as the front 3. 114.869 from Dodo's. What a phenomenal lap time. Wonder if he can keep that up in. I know he might not be able to because differences in the ERS. But all we can do is wait and see. Oh. Ah. I'm just going to shut up because it turns out we're going into Q2.
Well, we know.
Oh, honestly. I've raced in League myself, you know, I should know that. Yeah. It is what it is. Let's move on. So moving on into Q2. Let's see.
We
who's
may
gonna be
see some
first out
different
on the
tyre
track.
choices in this session then, depending on how they
Yeah,
want to start the race.
I think we might see a few mediums coming out. Yep. Looking at it, we have got a few mediums. And first, we've got Sassy Allen coming out in the Alfa Romeo. Soft. Possibly a good choice.
Little Daz, who was very quick in session 1, is off to fit the mediums, it looks like.
Yep, that's right. What we're looking at is TTM Dodos is continuing with the soft tyres. Is that going to pay off for him in the long run? Hopefully, they can get that strategy right.
Depending if he gets pole position, he will have to fly off that line if he starts on the soft tyres.
Oh, yeah.
And hope for a bit of a gap
And,
before his first pit stop.
well, you know, unless they've got the look of the safety car, or, like you say, they've got a big enough gap to get a nice undercut. It's the best they can hope for, really. Now, I know some of the guys from the league are actually in the chat right now. Can somebody remind me which one is Mikey and which... so which one is Mikey? Is he the Alfa Romeo or is he the Williams? Because I've got a feeling I'm probably going to get wrong at the end of the race. So Mikey is Williams and Mickey is Alfa Romeo. Right. Good evening, TTM Ville. And unfortunately for Sassy Allen, he has invalidated the lap. Ouch. Let's go. Little Daz looks to be on an absolute flyer in their mediums. Come through the final 2 turns of Sector 3. Daz looking good. What's he going to put in? 115.8. I believe that's actually worse than his first time in Q1. Still, decent lap.
I think you're right, but then he is on the medium tyres, which are slower than the softs.
Yeah. So it's not too bad of a difference. You know, but it's that difference between pole position and not.
Still has time to improve, and of course there's Q3.
Well, that's it. Oh, that's an invalidation. Came so wide through the final turn there. As we're following Matt coming through Sector 2. seems like this is going to be quite a lap. DRS wide open. Oh, it's enough for P2. 116.1. Let's get on board with Sassy Allen. See if he can actually get a lap in this time. It looks like most of these cars have got their downforce bang on for this race. The way they're just flowing through these chicanes at Imola is just superb. Coming through the final two turns. That's the place he's always invalidated. He's kept it out this time. Coming up to the line with a 115.6, putting him in P1. Now, my question is, when is Dodo's going to make an appearance? As we're watching Ulster. I'd done this the other day, I could not get his name out. As we're watching Ulster come out of the pits. We have Cycling Will from Alpine on a flying lap. See what he can do.
As Little Daz has opted for the softs, it looks like, for his next run.
Yeah, but I mean, if he does improve, that is then the tyre he has to start on. Going down that lovely long straight, coming up to turn 17. Stop the invalidation, lovely. Coming through final turn. Cross the line. It's enough for P7. They're mediums, they seem to be a killer. Let's have a look. Run now with the Alfa Romeo of Mickey. Question is, what kind of lap times are you going to put in on their mediums? 3 laps old already. Just starting to warm up a bit. DRS is wide open. Cross the line. P6. 116.2.
TTM Dodos on his outlet.
Oh.
Medium
now what they'll do is...
tires.
Oof. Let's see what it can do on those. He absolutely destroyed it on the softs. Let's see what it can do with mediums.
I think we're going
to let him...
some strategies already.
We are, which is good. As TTM Sierra goes third with a 115.7. We've got Sassy Allen coming back out on soft tyres. Decided to change that up a bit. as TDM Dodos has started his fast lap. Let's ride on board for this one. He just seems to be effortless through these corners. As I say that, as he gets a bit of tail slide. Ooh, Mikey with a 115.3 from Williams. Is that going to be taken down by TTM Dodos? That is the question. Oh, Spinada. Very unfortunate for Dodos.
He pushed it a little too hard there.
He did. He really did. And them mediums, you know, they take a while. Not quite as long as the hards, but the mediums do take a little bit longer than the softs to keep warm.
I'll change that for another pair of mediums. We'll keep going on that pair.
It would be risky because, you know, the tyres could potentially be flat spotted. And if they are, they're useless. It does look like he has went into the pit though for a fresh pair. Fresh pair? Fresh set. Words just have no... I don't know. Like...
Looks like we'll only
no
be seeing the
sense.
one flying lap from Dodos in Q2.
Yeah. Let's hope it makes it a good one, huh? As we've got Sassy Allen coming across the line, does he improve? He unfortunately does not. He stays in P2 with a 115.6. Looks like he's straight on another push lap. Now there's only one person left on the mediums, and that is TTM Snipes from McLaren. Is that going to pay off?
Could be interesting to see during the race.
TTM LMB coming in with a new fast lap, 114.8. So they are starting to find their groove within the track. And it looks like Sassy Allen has invalidated that lap. Question is, does he have the fuel? It looks like it, 'cause he's going again. Let's have a look, see what little Daz. Looks like this is his first set on these first lap on these soft tyres. Coming through, it is invalidated at the moment. But let's see what he can actually do. As Snipes is the first retirement of the session. Oh, it's another invalidation for little Daz, meaning he's going to stay in P7 at the moment. And it's pure unluck. As we take a look with PRL Ulster. Again, currently P14. Can he improve that time? Ooh, we have TTM Dodos on a fast lap. Let's see if he can keep this one from spinning. As he has got a yellow flag coming through this chicane. He stopped the spin this time. Ooh, very tail happy. The one and only lap from TTM Dodos as we're approaching turn 17 through 18, pushing that exit curb to its maximum, coming across the line. P3 115.4. Now I think coming out of that chicane, if the tail hadn't have went like it did, that could have been a lot faster. It looks like Sassy Allen did make it out for one more run. Can he improve on this P6? Nope. Little Daz goes P2. 115.1 in that Ferrari. Now, last left on track is Cycling Will, but the lap is invalidated. So, meaning at the end of this qualifying, we are losing Bloody Rowden, Arc Mickey, Cycling Will, Swayze Kai, and PRL Ulster. Valiant effort, gentlemen. Valiant effort. So, now you've seen the cars on the grid during Q1 and Q2, Franco. What are your thoughts now?
Going to be interesting with TTM Snipes, the only medium tire in that second qualifying session. 115.7 for him. It's going to be interesting what he can do in Q3. Obviously, starting on the mediums, he'll start on the softs in this last session. He's one to watch out for.
I agree. Q1, I believe he was quite up there on the leaderboard, on the timing board, sorry. Was quite looking forward to TTM Doors during Q2 there, but let's see what he can push out in Q3. Now just a waiting game of who's going out first. Looks like a Ferrari and a Red Bull. No, Alpha and a Ferrari. With a Williams cutting the Ferrari off. And a McLaren coming up to the rear. A Haas cutting off a Red Bull. AlphaTauri.
Looks like they're all going out
Sierra.
first. One flying lap. Get a feel for it, feel for the time.
Yep. That is what it currently looks like. As we've got Matt joining the fray. TTM Dodo's still sat in the pit lane. How do we feel about that?
Might be looking for some clear air on the track.
Yeah. I mean, obviously on a nice out lap, just keeping the tyres nice and warm. Now would possibly be a good time to get out. But we'll see what it is.
Just like the previous session, he will be the last one out on the track.
Oh yeah, 100% agree with you. As we move on to Sassy Allen. Coming round to start the first set of flying laps in Q3. And we're off. followed closely behind by, I want to say Mikey. And then little Daz behind that. The corners of Imola are just something else. The elevation change through the corners as well. Very dangerous for the drivers, as we did see with TTM Dodo's last qualifying. How's that going to affect the race, do you think? Coming through turn 18. Matt has just retired from the session. Is that a crash? Is that a crash?
Very, very unfortunate. He will be starting P10.
Yeah, that is a crash for Matt. As we'll have TTM LMB 17 coming across the line with a 114.8, knocking the rest of them off P1.
Very similar time to what Dodo's did on the soft tyres in Q3. Q1, sorry.
Q1, yeah, it is. Very fast drivers.
Could take a 114.6, 0.7 to take pole.
Yeah, he's going to need to. The question is, can he do that? As we now join him on board for his flying lap. Oh, that is Dodo's out of the session.
Wow.
Now that was something that I was not expecting.
He's been flying the whole qualifying session. It's very unfortunate for him.
It is. He's put in so much effort, but that is going to be P9 on the grid for him. Wow. I'm just speechless now. As we've got TTM Sierra coming around the final corner. Beautifully using all of that exit curb from 18. Coming through enough for P5. As we move on with Belent. Now, as you can see, most of them have done their one lap and are now back in the pit. Do you think it's just going to be a case they're just going to sit there and chill, or do you think they want to try and improve that time?
I think we'll see at least one more flying lap from all the drivers still on the track.
Just for that one final push.
One last chance to improve on the time.
Yep. As we're currently on with Belent coming across. Oh, straight into the pits. Currently got TTM Sierra coming through the final corner. Is he going into the pits? Yes, he is. Meaning TTM Snipes has the track all to himself.
And he is one that I said would be one to watch, starting the race on the mediums.
Oh, definitely. Now the question is, what kind of time can he put in Q3? I am going to miss the days of the hybrid era car in Formula 1 as we move into 2022 with the new vehicles. As we're coming into turn 2 and 3. Oh, invalidation on turn 3. That's unfortunate. Keep them tyres warm, Snipes. Go for another one. Now, I'm going to have a quick... Bear with me 1 second. As we now have Snipes going into the pits as well.
It looks like it'll be one flying lap for the remaining drivers.
Yep, that's all they're pretty much going to have time for.
Little Daz currently in P2 on his outlap.
Yeah,
114.9.
Coming up to turn 17. Let's see what he can put in for his final lap of Q3. Turn 2, turn 3, save the invalidation. It's all nail biting. The timings are so close that at the minute this is anybody's pole position.
Less than a second separating the top 7 right now.
That is just mental. Ooh, little Daz with a massive lift off the accelerator there. Needs a good exit out of 18. Is he going to push enough? No, he's not. With TTM Kenyon next to retire. We've also had Matt... Matt actually went out due to binning it. I believe in the same area that Dodos did as well.
Would be interesting to see that during the race.
LMB 17. A new fastest lap of a 114.7. Wow. Now that's going to be a difficult time to beat.
With very little time to do so.
Exactly. There's 17 seconds left on the Q3 clock. TTM Sierra going P3. But now with little Daz, let's see if he can improve that time to get him up onto that pole position. Oh! I did say little Daz and not Charles Leclerc, right? Lovely little spin there. And I think that is the end of little Daz's qualifying session. Now, TTM Snipes, he said, was one to watch. Just as LMB set a new fastest lap of a 114.6, Snipes came across the line at a 114.8.
Wow. Starting on the medium tyres from P2 is going to be interesting.
Yeah, 0.2 of a second behind pole position. Wow. As we go with TTM Sierra, whose lap is invalidated. So, by the looks of things, the way this is starting is TTM LMB 17, TTM Snipes, and Mikey. That's your top three. We'll get the official results as soon as this session has come to a conclusion. Just as Daz pulls into the pit.
Very good qualifying sessions.
Okay, so like I say, tomorrow's race? Tomorrow's race? What? The race will be starting with TTM LMB. Oh, bear with me. I believe TTM Snipes was P2.
He was.
Hey, look at that. And then Mikey. So we are going to go into a quick break now before the race starts. Hang on to them seats, guys.